Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 5 of Esoteric Days. How is everybody doing? Adora, Salty, Hi, obviously Xavier, and Rose, Hi. But the party has made their way to Midshire now, and they find themselves officially at this point outside of the Samurai's Respite. They made, if I'm not mistaken, they actually just made their way in um, at the start of, or at the end, I should say, of the last session. So, let's go ahead and pick back up there. And before I forget about it, blanket XP gains for last session. That'll be for Vodgrim, Salix, and Rose. 750. And then Sailfiend, because of the fact that you were being very, very diligent on making sure everything was true, you will be getting an extra 100 on that, so 850. Plus also the insight check from, is this like poison or anything? Yep, freaking olive oil. No, if I do remember correctly, you made your way into the Samurai's Respite before the end of the session, correct? Yep, that's right. Alrighty. Did you really just try to click and go ahead and actually move it like on the stream thing? I love that so much. But let me go ahead and actually change things a little bit here for you guys. That way you can see the overprep that I've been talking about. Oh, thank you for that. I had completely missed that. But, so yes, you all find yourselves currently inside the ground floor over here. Off to, well, behind you really, are a total of 6 tables, each with four, not really chairs, more like mats, um, next to these lower tables. And then a tatami mat style staircase leading up to the next floor here, which is right next to the bar.
Beautiful. It's a good looking map.
If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Well, I was gonna, but now that you mentioned it.
Why do I feel like that was a Seiru level joke? And he's not even here.
We were definitely getting to that point.
Yeah, we definitely were. But, so if I remember, drinks were ordered, correct?
Yes.
For those who drink, yes, I wasn't drink. Well, I drank the olive oil, and it didn't seem to
Aside
phase
from-
him. He pounded it, said, "Give him the mug," and that was good.
Yeah. So aside from that, Estelle, Sailfiend, Salix, is anybody partaking in alcohol? Or just
Nah.
normal drink?
Probably just normal drink. The question that I have, well, I guess seeing the floor plan now, we're not sharing rooms. Um,
We
so
haven't even
that
gotten to the point of room sharing yet. We're still trying to have a conversation at the bar.
Yeah,
no,
none of us even
I know,
sleep.
but just person looking at the map, I'm seeing that the rooms are individual, but I know that we'll talk about it with the Talish Star, so that's fine. After drinks.
Yeah, I think that it's probably just water for Selphine as well, especially if everybody else is not.
Completely fair. So you all go ahead and get waters and everything. As far as coinage, it'd be like probably 8 copper. So if you actually want to go ahead and mark that.
I'll just stick to my olive oil.
Yep. But so you were wanting to ask what exactly, Estelle? Or Rose?
When we ask about the rooms, because it'll probably just be for the one night, I feel like she's gonna ask if they're individual rooms or whether the rooms are shared, and how much each room costs.
Well, so Selphine had walked up. I've got her at the bar, so well, we can roleplay it out if you want. So, hello. She kind of like puts her hand on the bar.
Hello. Not often I see someone with a mask. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. We are first going to drink and possibly eat, depending on whether that's an option, but we were hoping to secure a place to stay for the night as well. How much would that cost?
Rooms are 1 silver a night, but I will warn you they are individual.
Understood. She'll slide 4 silver across the counter. There'll be one room for each of us, please.
Very well then. Your choice as to the rooms. There are currently 5 available on the 2nd floor, and I believe the 3rd floor only has 3 available at this point.
Are there keys or anything, or just let ourselves?
Nope. Let yourselves in.
Understood. She'll turn around to the rest of the group. We each have a room for the night. The 2nd floor is likely going to be our best bet.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Also, in case anybody comes to visit with information, at least they don't have to climb more stairs than needed.
That's true.
Tell me, friend, what do you know about this gentleman by the name of Shava? Dragonborn, white, ridge horn, all looks crazy. I know he came here. How long ago was he here? Is he still here?
A white dragonborn. Would he have been wearing like a cloak or something by chance? Like kind of tattered robes?
It's possible, but how many white dragonborn have you seen in the last 2 days?
Well, it was 2 rooms available until this morning on the 3rd floor. He had just left earlier this morning.
Bagrim very side-eyed looks over at Selphine and Salix and Estelle, and he says, I am starting to grow tired of playing a game of chase the chicken. And I understand that our queen sent us on this mission, but these constant dead ends are pushing me towards not giving a shit about this gentleman.
Well, I'm sure he's doing it on purpose.
But of course he is. He's running. But I am not a hound. I am not supposed to be running. This is not what my purpose is. And I grow weary. He looks back at the barkeep. Do you know where he went?
All I know for sure is what I overheard, which was something about him heading west towards the Enchanted Forest. Or, not Enchant... I can't remember the name of the forest now.
Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight, thank you.
Moonlight Forest.
God, drawing a blank on my own things now. Eesh.
It
But,
happens.
Moonlight Forest.
Vagram smiles and he goes, "Great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Okay."
She's gonna look at the barkeep. By any chance, did the cloak look militaristic in any way, or was it just tattered?
I wouldn't say the robe itself was militaristic, but either this is one very big dragonborn, or there was something underneath those robes.
Right.
And I will warn you, there was a large sword that I believe I recognized along his back.
You recognized it how? From where, I should say?
Say, old legend I heard from someone who was visiting a while back in the Gorilla Kingdom. It was known as the Magus's Executioner of Ironbone. I would like anybody that would like to make a history check. Vagram, you can make this check at advantage. You don't even need it.
I'll take the nat 20.
Can I insight check my history check? Because that's...
Okay, so ironically fitting, Vagram is the only one that recognizes this. Vagram, you recognize the last part of that, Iron Bone. And you remember that to be the name of an old orc tribe nearly 150 years ago now.
Okay. Do I know anything about the orc tribe? Do they specialize in... I mean, obviously it's a magic item of some sort, so do they specialize in some sort of weird magic, or...
Not anything in particular as far as weird magic, but considering the nat 20, I will say you do know about the sword very well. These swords were essentially swords that were made for the chiefs of the orc tribes at that time. Currently, there are believed to be 5 still available and within the world that haven't been destroyed yet.
And do they possess... Are they known to possess some sort of particular ability, or are they just like a status thing?
They are known as the Magus's Executioner because of their ability to essentially stop or negate magic.
So, Vagram will sigh again and go, "Maybe we should just let him go. It's probably better for the world."
Well, do we want to sleep on it? Or, as Vagram says, do we want to choke the chicken in the Moonlight Forest?
I don't believe those words ever even came out of my mouth.
I thought we were looking
Estella
for
is just gonna
Dragonborn.
cringe. With that phrasing, she's just gonna cringe. I am assuming something concerns you about the weapon.
He kind of smiles and he says, Yes, this is the first time we have heard about the sword in any context, and it is an artifact from an old orcish tribe far to the north of here. There was a few of these swords were made many, many years ago. We're talking probably 150 plus years ago. The problem is that they were made for the chieftains of tribes in the Gorilla Kingdom, and they were enchanted to be able to nullify magic as a whole. Through what means, I'm not entirely sure, but it is within the enchantment on the sword itself. And that worries me greatly, because we have had conversations with 3 people now. Nobody has mentioned this sword except for her, and that gentleman only walked 80 feet from the farm to here, and it was... nobody knows. I've also not heard anything from the Queen of Taka regarding this sword being in the possession of any of her diplomats, so this is very concerning. Obviously, I am a magic user. It is very worrying to me that I am going to have to go face this man at some point in time, and he is going to simply be able to tap me on the head and whisk my magic away, making me essentially useless.
I'll say, given your nat 20 on history, go ahead and roll Arcana with advantage.
Jesus, I'm good at that too.
And I say advantage because of the fact that you critted your history.
Oh, hey, there's the nat 1. That's alright, we'll take the 19.
Okay, let me go up ahead and actually look at this sword again here. See if I can figure out where I left it in my notes.
Sounds like a rose one. Good strong voice.
You creep.
I was like, what am I hearing about myself? Hold up.
So it's very rare that we play like early morning games of D&D. Bay, is it like awesome to drink a cup of coffee and like wake up to playing D&D?
I don't drink coffee, I just raw dog life.
Oh, well, never mind. You're not fucking fun.
You ruined it.
Meanwhile, me, when my games are going to be starting again at 9 o'clock in the evening for me, who's going to need coffee?
You're just sitting there with a pot, ice cubes in the pot, and a straw through the top where the water comes in.
That is
Okay.
100% me.
Feel free to continue role-playing, and I will go ahead and continue conversing and everything. While I go ahead and try to find this, Vagram, I will go ahead and message it to you once I do find it again.
Okay. Vagram will say, so my fear is there is no reason why this individual, especially considering where we are, you know, mind you, the Gorilla Kingdom is next door to where we are right now, essentially, but the fact that this gentleman has his hands on an old orcish chieftain sword meant to nullify the magic of spellcasters, something's not right about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, as a spellcaster, it would be excellent to be able to nullify other spellcasters' ability to destroy me or my allies, but when somebody like a diplomat has their hands on one, it worries me quite a bit. So we have a couple of options here. I don't believe that we should sleep on anything. I know it may sound like a little bit on the dangerous side, but listen, we have somebody here, and he points at Salix, who is adept at traversing the natural environment, could be the plains or the woodlands, and even better, not to say that I am ranking you, but even better than that, we have a professional tracker. And he points at Estelle. We could leave now and move as fast as we possibly can to try to track him and trap him within the forest. If you can pick up footprints or something, I'm not entirely sure how. I know in my tribe when I was alive, it was a scent and blood trail, because usually you would wound somebody, they would run, and you would smell for the blood, and that would how it would be working. So,
That or footsteps, yep.
but we don't know. Look, the Moonlight Forest, it is very large. There is a lot of forest to cover. It took us what, almost 3/4 of a day to get from Taka to here, coming across the plains. The Moonlight Forest in itself, if we were to try to comb the entire place, it would take us months, unless we had a garrison behind us to fan the forest. Also, what is he going there for? There's a lot of things we need to be very concerned about here. So I'm wondering what your all opinions is. My opinion, just so we're clear, is that we leave as soon as possible. We can come back here once we are done if we want to do shopping and things like that. But we need to get a jump on this bastard before he does something stupid. And if he takes this weapon and is intending to maybe nullify a place of power within Moonlight Forest, excuse me, we could be in big trouble depending on what his intentions are.
Selphine will stand up from the bar stool and start heading to the front door.
But he puts his olive oil down. I didn't mean right this minute. I'm kidding. He gave that back already.
Now the other question is, because we know that he is a minor caster, is it possible for minor casters to potentially summon quicklings?
So, no. The act of summoning, in its raw form, as I understand it, whether it be divine, arcane, or religious, nature-based, is pretty mid to higher tier capability for any caster. I mean, I can't even summon creature. Well, actually, I take that back. If I really needed to, I could manifest a spirit, but typically, I re-enchant the husk of a deceased, and that is not a summon, that is not a conjuration, that is physical manifestation. He looks at Salix. Can you summon?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. But you are of great power, so. Oh, you can too. He points at Estelle. Well, shit, and you already know. Yes, I suppose if he can conjure spirits, we got if he can conjure. I don't know what you can conjure. I would assume critters of some sort, but it is possible, I suppose. What? No, I don't know.
He's never seen Estelle cast conjure animals, so he wouldn't know. Salix would 100%, but Bagram and Selphine have not seen that yet.
I just assume as soon as you pull that bow off your back, you are conjuring arrows. I don't understand these.
I conjure punches.
Vagram stops and thinks. Wait a minute. The quicklings. That son of a bitch was here last night, and it was overnight that we sensed the quicklings near the city. I don't know if he was conjuring them, but what if he was reaching out to them? What if they brought him the sword? He looks at the barkeep. Excuse me, ma'am, did that gentleman come in with that sword, or did he leave with that sword?
You see her stop for a moment and think. Now that you mention it, I don't recall if he did have it or not when he had come in. I had seen him leaving with it, so I had kind of assumed that he had it with him when he came in.
Do you know what room he stayed in?
Yes, the 3rd floor, middle on the far side of the hall as you get up the stairs.
May we
Estelle's just
investigate
gonna go
that
running
room?
up.
Oh, she's gone.
I'm gonna walk faster. Never mind, we have our answer.
one, she's investigating the room, and then she's gonna use what is this spell called? Detect magic in the room.
Yeah, that reminds me, by the way, just so we're all clear, I fucking cheated hardcore last time we played. I did not realize, because it lumps all of my ritual spells and my normal prepared spells together in my spell sheet. I don't have Detect Magic prepared. I only had it as a ritual. So I did mark off the spell
Okay.
slots, just so you know, but I will not make that mistake again. I was looking it over on, like, Wednesday, and I was like, dude, you are a fucking cheater, Kevin.
Yeah, but not on
No,
purpose.
yeah, that was completely unintentional, so don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll head up to the 3rd floor. This, from what she said, I'm assuming this room.
Yep, that room right there.
She'll be standing outside the door waiting for Estelle to catch up.
It's funny, but you are fast as fuck.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
But see, that's the part that's really interesting to me about it is like officially base speed, Sylphine is faster, but in certain environments, Estelle would be faster because it doesn't have to worry about difficult terrain.
That's a fair point.
Yet, give me my forest land.
Actually, is it known that one of Estelle's favorite terrains would be forests?
Yep,
I think she
told us
told
that
us.
outside.
Okay.
We
I
told
just
them
wanted
we
to
were
make sure
going
about that.
towards Midshire.
As you're spilling character secrets to the group.
Well, I mean, we did talk about it, but going to Midshire, like, Sylphine and Estelle were leading it, like, we're just gonna cut straight across this. This is favorite terrain. We're fine. We're good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I was just being silly.
So you said you were going to go ahead and investigate the room and cast a detect magic.
Yep.
Yeah, Sylphine is not charging into the room. She's just standing outside waiting because she knows her strengths. So.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check first.
You know, I'm supposed to be good at this shit. Apparently, it doesn't want me to find this dragonborn.
Oh man. And that's the crazy part too, is like it's an 11, which honestly isn't a bad roll, but a +5 though. Oh my god. I had forgotten
Yikes.
it was actually a +5 on your investigation. I knew it was high, but I didn't quite remember it being +5. That's nice. You go ahead and look around. You can't really find anything directly out of place. You do see in the dresser there are some scratches and everything that could have been made maybe from metal, as if maybe it put a piece of armor or something in there before sleeping for the night. But beyond that, as far as investigation goes, that is all you find. However, with Detect Magic, you see a very powerful, just red aura directly beneath the bed. And it glows quite literally like that. It is just a big red aura in a big circle. Well, not big circle, but a fairly large circle that still fits underneath the bed.
And can I tell what the school of magic is?
Enchantment.
I couldn't help myself.
I'm sorry, we were talking about Sandal last night. Candace, she just said
I
it.
said it over here off mic. Sorry.
I'm trying to think here because technically it could be a couple of things, but I think this would fall into divination, which is weird because you don't see divination and a red aura typically.
Vagram finally gets to the top of the stairs, and he is panting, and you guys know goddamn well he doesn't need to breathe. It's just for dramatic effect. And he gets to the top, and he's just like, why does everybody always run when we need to go somewhere? Haven't you ever heard of just walking?
We want to find this person as soon as possible, and if those creatures were summoned and gave him this sword, along with this red aura of divination magic that is currently sitting under this bed, yeah, I want to find this fucker as soon as humanly possible.
There's a red aura under the bed.
I'm just gonna point to Selphine and say, I think she was walking.
Yeah, I walk very efficiently.
What the hell is it called when I do the thing with the legs?
Walking inefficiently.
Struggling.
Oh, fuck.
Is this a person who can switch into a creature that can fly? Hush.
Both answers so great. Struggling from Salix and walking inefficiently from Selphine.
I am struggling inefficiently, definitely. Estelle, did you say there was a red divination aura under the bed? That doesn't sound right to me.
It seems odd to me as well, but it's giving me divination magic, but it's covered in a red aura.
So Vagram's gonna lay his staff in the corner, kind of like tilt his staff in the corner, and he's gonna lay flat on the ground and just lift the fucking covers up on the bed, and he's gonna kind of peek underneath and see, is there anything under there?
So when you walk in, it's not a like traditional bed. These are more like Japanese style. So this would be more like a bedroll or bed mat.
Oh, okay. Well, with that being said, then I start to toss the broom. I'm just gonna not throw it around, but I'm just gonna yank the fucking mat.
Yeah. And as you go ahead and yank the mat across, you see a large pentacle. A little large circle with a right side up 5-pointed star.
Do I recognize it as a summoning circle, like the one that we saw outside the fucking city, the big one? Because there was one outside the city that we had to dispel.
I will say an Arcana or Religion check. The choice of skill will give different answers.
26 Arcana.
26 Arcana. So with that, you know that this is in a similar vein into a similar location, but this is not a conjuration. This is much like Estelle said, a divination, seeming almost to try to communicate with whatever is in this other plane. And I will say with a 26, and the fact that you're going ahead and connecting the two specifically, you recognize a little bit of the symbology within the runes written around it, within that circle that the aura emanates from. And you realize this is a divination circle to the 9th layer of hell.
The fact that Xavier and I just had the same expression.
Okay. So Vagram is going to kind of rear back like a cat that just got spritzed with water into the corner of the room, and you, for the first time, see his face go gaunt. And he says out loud in Abyssal, he says, "Oh, shit, what in the fuck?" He switches to common, "Oh, shit. Get in here and close the fucking door, now."
I was already in.
Yeah. I think Sailfield was still in the room. I don't know if Salix was just standing outside of it, but
Yeah, it was.
hearing Bagram cuss in Abyssal, she's just also gonna curse under her breath, like, oh well, fuck.
He points down at the circle on the floor and he says that the runes inside of the separate points, and with you telling me about the divination portion, it is correct. This is a divination circle, but the iconography on the inside of the runes tell me that this son of a bitch was communicating with somebody from the 9th level of the hells. You heard me right. The 9th. Avernus
Could
before
he
the
have
hells.
gotten the sword through this?
I don't, but he kind of looks
That's
at
a
it
good
again. He
question.
says, I don't believe that he was able to have anything manifested here except for a line of communication. That is what I believe. Anything is possible, but here's the thing. If he was communicating with somebody, and I'm thinking about the quicklings, those fuckers move so fast that sometimes you literally cannot even see them. So if he had communicated, made contact with somebody that needed to get him something fast, it is very possible that that individual that we've sensed running through the plains towards the city and then back into the forest was bringing an item or something. I mean, there are lots of speculation at this point. We can theory craft all we want. But this is not good.
Torrin, would quicklings typically ally themselves with the Hell?
As far as you would know, Salix, I would say roll religion or nature on that. Religion being if you would know of devils typically joining with quicklings or fae, and nature being if you know fae to do the other.
Yeah, be more nature.
With a 12 nature, you would know that it's at least odd and out of place. Devils being much more of a lawful nature, while fae are typically a more chaotic being. As far as, is it unheard of? Officially, yes, but there's no real official answer to that as well. It's like, yes, could it be a thing? Absolutely. Is it a thing, though? We don't know.
Okay.
But as far as people know, though, no, this is kind of a weird mesh up.
So I'm gonna do something really fucking weird. Bagram, seeing that the circle is here, it's still emanating magic. He's gonna kind of get down on his knees and kind of hover over the circle for a moment. And then he is going to drive his right tusk into the palm of his hand. And he's gonna kind of spread the blood around just a little bit. Just not, he's not puncturing his fucking hand or anything, but he's gonna get a little blood on there. As he turns his hand over, you guys see it, his blood's black. It's fucking gross. And then he's going to put his palm in the middle of the circle, and he's going to begin to talk in Abyssal. He's going to say, I am requesting a line of communication with the entity within this circle. I have a quick question for you, if it is all right.
That doesn't seem like a great idea.
Bagram.
Stella's just gonna make a face of, oh, what the fuck are we doing? And she is immediately just gonna get behind Bagram in a protective stance.
Yeah, I'm in defensive stance.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no! Oh god, no! I'm not good at this. Is not what I'm good at. I'm not good at this.
Use
Oh,
all the
Jesus.
extras. Use all the extras.
I used my fucking inspiration last session for something stupid. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Ooh.
I will remind players, one of the uses of inspiration is that you can give your inspiration to another player.
I don't. Do I have? Wait, wrong voice. Do I have one of those?
Okay, so I'm looking at all the things that I have that could potentially save me. Because right now, I'll tell you what, even with the +0, I actually have a +1. Thank God for my fucking cloak of protection. But how protected can I get? Okay, that's all right. You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna roll it. Nope, we're just gonna fucking roll it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. This was stupid. This is not my finest hour. I'm like looking at all the shit that I'm like immune to and get advantage on. Okay,
Maybe
if
it's poison.
I was gonna say if we're lucky, it's poison or magical sleep. Okay, here we go.
Oh well, fuck! If I had known that.
That one!
Does anyone have an inspiration?
Oh no, I'm not good
Oh,
at this,
no.
friends.
I
don't
genuinely
have one.
don't think I do, because if I did, it would have been given to Vodgrim already.
The Vagram fucking dies?
I'm intelligent, but I'm not very wise. Let's just be clear. This is how I play this.
I am wise but not intelligent.
And I'm
which is
also
why I'm
ugly
not...
as fuck, so
Yeah, I
That's
was
why
about
I'm
to say,
not
also
names.
not very charismatic.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Estelle, give me dexterity.
Nope. But I need to roll some things now.
Oh. How many things?
You said things. It's
5 things.
plural.
oh my
Oh,
god, 5
oh
things.
God.
Jesus Christ. Ah! Now that's a lot of damage.
That better not be damage.
Vagram, you take 25 points of psychic damage.
Psychic. Fuck.
I'm immediately going to use Hand of Healing on him.
Yeah, so like as he slaps his hand down and you hear him whisper in abyssal, he literally you hear like the audible grind of teeth and you see that black shit spilling out of his nose and ears and he just goes, "Oh! Oh, you're terrible too." Is that
I will
healing?
also
That's healing.
help.
Thank you.
I have all my spell slots. I'll give you a good old one of these. How do I upcast on D&D
You
Beyond, or I just have to...
just scroll down in your spell list, find it at the correct level, and then you can just click on the...
Oh, handy.
If you have that feature turned
If you
on,
have
that
it,
you
yeah.
can turn. Oh,
There you go.
Holy fuck, Jesus.
Hey, that-
Wow.
I loosened them
gosh.
for you.
I hate to say this, Vagram, you only take 12 of that healing.
I only take 12.
Yeah.
Did he take all of mine?
He took all of the Hand of Healing, yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
while you are connected, as you feel them trying to go ahead and heal you from the effects of the circle, you end up hearing in your mind, "Impudent little demon. How interesting you try talking to me."
I don't believe I have attempted. I believe I've succeeded. And I've paid my dues. I have but one question for you. Please.
And what may that question be?
Where the fuck did that little shit Shava go to?
So you are sent after my little pet. Vagram, you can make an Arcana check if you would like.
Okay. Hey, I'm good at these.
All of this is internal, correct?
Completely
being said.
internal with Vagram.
And I'm gonna add one of my knowledge from a past lives to that, making it a solid 22.
With a 22, because that does give you some more information. you begin to fear a little bit what the power level as far as magic may be for Shava. Because you realize with the circle and with the voice, and the fact in particular that this entity called Shava, its little pet. You think you may be talking to Shava's patron at this moment.
Okay. I'm putting a lot of pieces of this puzzle together, and I'm not very happy about that.
Which means that he would be a warlock of some form.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the iconography, you can probably guess that it is a fiend.
You hear, Vagram will say, now that he's putting the pieces of the puzzle together, I am aware of what your little pet is. But I am confused. What purpose could he possibly play in the grand scheme of unleashing literal hell upon a city that he was a simple diplomat for? And you didn't answer my question. I just want to have a conversation with him. Surely you can watch over and protect your little pet if I were to approach.
Fair enough. And I shall answer your question. As you said, you had but one, and I shall honor that. Go to the Moonlight Forest. As you reach the edge, head... Now I, as a DM, have to think because I'm bad with directions.
It's okay.
Head southwest. And then, after an hour, straight west. You will find a hut.
Very well. Thank you for your honesty. And by the way, that fucking hurt. I appreciate your power. Not interested in pacting with you or anything like that, but from one powerful entity to another. Good on you. I'm sure you'll see me again because I do intend to visit your little pet. So make sure to keep an eye or 2 or 5 out for me and my friends. Until then. And I'm gonna try to take my hand off the circle, question mark?
As you do try to pull away, there is a moment of resistance as you hear the voice say, "It may be sooner than you think. Know this. I am more than what you think." And with that, your hand is free to pull away from it.
So, Vagram sits straight up after not saying a word and bleeding all over the floor. He is going to drag his hand, as he's pulling away, he's going to try to drag his hand through the circle to see if he can physically break the connection and kind of trash the circle on his end. I don't know how it's manifested, like, on the floor, but I don't want this fucking thing in this tab in the city.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do.
Make a
We're-
charisma
I
saving
didn't say
throw.
that.
Nope. We're gonna do a contested Arcana versus Arcana.
Oh shit.
The roll that Shava makes will set the DC to determine what you have to meet or beat to disrupt the circle.
Alright, let's do it. I will start my roll. Oh god, I rolled so bad. Okay, well, I was threw my extra stank on it, and that was still a really bad Arcana check. I only rolled a 12. Yep. And that was my last knowledge from a past life. God damn. It's alright. Oh, no!
Oh,
I'm just this much better. Just this much fucking better. Thank God I had one more knowledge from a past life and I didn't blow that for something stupid.
Oh man. So you feel and try to disrupt the magic. You get close, but at the last second, as you're trying to pull and break through, you feel the effect almost rubber band back into the circle. As it kind of holds and does not disrupt.
Did you have a modifier to add to it from what rolled? Because he rolled a 12 and you rolled an 11. So just...
Oh, duh. Hang on. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was not.
It's okay. I was rolling with it, but I was like, uh-oh.
So you feel that same rubber banding type of effect, but when you do, it's not the bounce back like I was saying because I did my math wrong. It's like the feeling of a rubber band as it finally snaps and goes. As you do feel the effects of the magic being broken.
All right.
Would
so he's
Shava
gonna-
know that had happened though?
Well,
We'll
we're not
find
Shava,
out.
so we'll find out.
Is that something that Vargrim would know from that interaction?
That's a good question.
Ask Vagram.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, guys, I need some sleep.
Yeah. Or some inspiration.
Hey, what the fuck? A 25? Come on, this mundane bullshit.
It might be useful.
And the rolls I need are I'm sweating here.
Oh man. Okay, so with a 25, I will say a couple of things. One, yes, you do realize that that Shava would realize that the connection has been broken on it. Two, and the other big thing, you realize even with the level of power that Shava may possess, this ritual is not correct. There's something very off about it. Because it looks very similar to you, like a contact other plane. But I don't want to say augmented or anything. But have you heard of the idea and concept of high magic?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, where you have multiple people casting or
Yep.
the offering of whatever to go ahead and ritually bring forth the effect. That is essentially what we are seeing here.
Okay.
And the red, you believe, actually being blood sacrifice to create the circle.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so Vagram's gonna scoot into the corner and just kind of like rest his head, and kind of just like wipe the black ichor from his mouth and nose and eyes and ears and shit, and he's just gonna go, okay, well, that was a little bit more than I bargained for. Sorry I didn't say I was going to do what I was going to do before I did it, but I was afraid if I did say what I was going to do, you'd tell me no, so I just did it.
Selphine just like reaches a hand out. I'm gonna burn another key point to do to heal again.
All right.
Yeah, we would have.
Does it actually heal me?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
In full again.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. He's looking great.
This is some racist shit.
Against druids, I'm telling you.
That would be classist.
Oh man.
Sectist, because druids are technically sect
Sure.
oriented, but it's like
Well.
try to make a sectist.
But
joke
really,
there.
it's just because I'm better.
It's probably because mine's natural healing.
It's probably because my fucking hand was stuck to the circle and I couldn't be healed past a certain point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that. My
I'm just
healing
thinking, look,
too
I was
You're supposed to go.
I refuted your healing.
If you would like, I will say you can go ahead and make another Arcana check to try to figure out the intricacies of the spell, or ritual,
Sure.
I should say.
Fuck yeah, 16, I'll take it.
So, after realizing that, because you realized the first time when Selphine had touched you. That seemed to go ahead and end up doing full effect, but there was a buffer almost against Salix's healing. And from what you guess, there was basically a portion of this that said that basically had negated specifically magical healing.
So yes, Vagram, as he's kind of like saying, he's kind of like wiping the blood, and he's like, that circle, it was no good. I talked to, I believe, a demon, possibly a devil of some sort. It was definitely fiendish in nature, and that's all we need to really know. I have a sneaking suspicion that Shava is actually a warlock, and the circle here that he created was him talking to his patron, because I talked to his patron as well, and he referred to Shava as his little pet. Now, that entity tried to kill me. He did not want me looking into his little circle, which I understand. I'm not a demon or a devil, but I wouldn't want anybody to scry on me either. However, as a gift for, and he holds his palm up, my offering, he answered a question for me. And I know where this fucker is hiding.
Let's go.
I may... What time is it?
Let's see here. If I remember correctly, you all made
I
it
think it was
into...
midday.
Yeah, I want to say
like
it was
2 something.
2 when you got actually to the city and everything. And then I want to say after you all met up, it was about 3-ish. So making it from the farm down to here, that I'll call it like 3:30, maybe pushing 4 o'clock.
Okay. So we should probably go as long as we are feeling up to it. One thing I will say is that, and I'm telling you this right now, Shava is more than what he lets on. Okay? I know that was a patron that I was talking to, who exists in the 9th layer of hell. Means that there is a big baddie who is dishing out goodies to all the little boys and girls in the land to spread chaos and destruction. But I know where he's at. We need to head directly west from Midshire to the Moonlight Forest. So, thankfully, the good thing is, the people here who have been giving us information, they've been telling us the truth.
Yeah.
So we need to get to the edge of the forest and head southwest for an hour. And, no, excuse me, so we head southwest, and after 1 hour exactly of travel, basic travel, he points at Selphie, not your kind of travel.
I'll walk backwards.
Perfect.
Well, there's that, but how much time? That's my terrain. So if we're talking...
Everybody move at my pace. I'm
You
the
walk
only normal
backwards, don't you?
person here. So after we go southwest for exactly 1 hour, and actually he points at Estelle, you're going to be very important in there, because we are going to need to know exactly what direction we are going. I don't know shit about
I may
that.
be able to assist as well.
Yep.
Once we hit that hour point, we stop and we head directly west. And it is after some time we will encounter a hut in the woods. And he is supposed to be in said hut, or something around there.
Is this like the hut you made, or a regular hut?
I assume it is probably a normal hut. He stops and thinks, though. He goes, although if... I don't know who created the hut, now that I think about it, but that's not necessarily important.
So obviously we now know that the information we were given at first of him being a minor caster is incorrect. If he's
But-
got a patron.
Correct, but if he was a smart warlock, he would have hidden that, because who would want to tell a city council that you are a warlock and you have a demon or devil patron that is whispering dark secrets into your ears? So he probably
Sure.
led people to believe that, oh no, I can just perform. Oh, prestidigitation, your shoe broke.
Mending.
Fix shoe. Yes, that's it.
You didn't happen to ask this patron how much power he gave him, did you?
I didn't. I was lucky to get one question, and I thought it was more important to spend it on where the fuck is his little pet.
It's a good way to
Fair
spend
point.
it.
Is there a possible way for you to let Horn know?
To let who know? What?
Torin.
Horn.
Oh, no. I'm not that kind of wizard.
Hey, Torrin.
Face.
Selphine will look over at Salix. Are you able to cast communication magic?
I don't believe so.
Weird question. How long would it take you to fly from Midshire to Taka and back? If you were going top speed.
I mean, I can move, 120 with a dash with flight? Because flight is 60, so... Torrin?
Working the numbers in my head here. So 120 with a dash.
So it'd be 1,200 feet a minute. It's pretty fucking fast, but I think Salphine can literally run there faster.
Yeah,
Actually-
but also straight. I can go as the crow flies.
That's true.
I was about to say, if you just go straight path there and back, it would take you. One way would be. I'm trying to think, because it took you like 3/4 or so of the day to get there, right?
Yeah, 3/4
Yeah.
of a day.
So.
I was going regular speed, though,
Yeah.
right? Or were we
So
walking?
it would take you in your flight form about an hour, maybe hour and a half at most.
Okay, cool. So I could do it in one wild shape as well, so that's super handy.
Maybe 3 hours round trip? 4 hours tops?
Fargrim kind of looks at everyone. I could definitely use a quick rest if we can. Salix, would you be willing to fly to deliver this information to Master Toran and to Queen Aurelia, so that they are aware, and maybe also deliver this bit of information that it may not be as simple as a capture and bring back a live situation now that we have uncovered what we've uncovered.
Agreed.
Yeah, I can do that. Does anyone want to come with?
Definitely not. 100% not interested in falling. Oh, sorry, flying. I don't doubt your ability to fly. I'm just terrible at holding on.
If you would like backup, I could run as well.
He kind of looks surprised. You know, you really just have to throw how fast you are on the ground in my face, don't you?
I could give you a piggyback ride.
I am not that crippled yet.
Genuinely, I think Estelle and Vagram have used so much of their magic right now, it's just safer for them to, like, short rest the two of you guys. So Estelle genuinely will just say, I think it might be better if you and Salix go. At least there's a way for communication between the two of you. Vagram and I can short rest, and then we can meet you guys at the forest entrance.
The only thing is I am limited on I can only run that fast for so long. So
Maybe you
I
should
can
fly on.
piggyback you.
Yeah, he is
Yes.
strong enough in that form,
that
but
was what I was going to suggest.
that will also ensure that if there is any language barrier or communication necessity, that Salfine, you are there as well. Also, just in case somebody is trying to play tricky games.
Understood. And she is a skinny shit, by the way. She's only 160 pounds, so.
Easy.
All right, so maybe I look back down at the circle. Has the circle dissipated or like vanished, or is it still there in blood but just broken?
It's still there, but the magic that was emanating from it is gone.
And Vagram will, to confirm that, he'll look at Estelle and say, "Are you still detecting magic, or did it successfully break?"
I'm trying to remember. It's 10 minutes on detect magic.
Yeah, it is 10 minutes. I don't know if I think we're probably past that. But...
Yeah, I think we're well past that. Once he,
Yeah.
I think
Well,
once that conversation happened,
actually,
it
I'll say
broken.
this. I will say that you did notice while near the end of the detect magic, as it was still up, that the aura did fade. It's just that you wouldn't be able to sense it now.
Gotcha.
But you did see the aura fade there, maybe about 30-45 seconds before your effect ended up wearing off.
Okay. So she's just gonna say, well, just before the effect, just before the magic went, it seemed like it was fading as far as the aura and strength behind the circle. So it is possible that it's, I mean, not dispelled per se, but it might have broken.
Good. Anybody who is good at picking up on small details, maybe let's search the room really quickly. That is not my area of expertise. I will step out and get a breath of fresh air. And he'll kind of pick himself up, grab the staff, and walk out now.
As he steps.
Bakram, before you leave, we did
Yes.
check the room before. The only thing, at least that I found, was that there were scratches in the dresser, with some sort of armor or metal plating or something had scratched up the bottom. So it's possible that Shava might be wearing some type of scale mail or chainmail under the robes.
Wouldn't it be ironic if the Dragonborn was wearing scale mail? It is possible, but I'm just saying that's his.
He doesn't
So
seem
silly.
to have morals.
Ha!
Put plate on like a real man.
As Vagram steps out,
As I step out in my tattered fucking robes and no shoes.
I like to think you're wearing like a dish plate now.
Selphine will look at him and say, "Do you mind if I check to make sure there's no residual effects from whatever it did to you?"
He kind of looks at her, and then he thinks for a moment. He says, "Okay, go ahead."
Can I do a medicine check, Torin?
Go right ahead.
So as she reaches out to like start like taking pulse on
No,
how the fuck she's gonna do it
she's
and
gonna
stuff.
be like focusing mostly on like your eyes, because she saw that you didn't get physically damaged, but that you reeled back and then needed healing. So really, I'm trying to, and I could do insight as well if you want, but trying to just make sure there's no residual effect, pupils and that kind of thing. If he has
As far as residual goes, you do see a little bit of the look of like the eyes being a little bit bloodshot, but because of his blood being black, it's like the little black lines instead of red lines.
okay.
It doesn't seem like anything that would be a permanent thing, more just kind of a lingering effect that'll end up going away, similar to how some other form of illness or disease might go ahead and cause problems with the eyes.
Would I know if that's normal color for his blood?
Black?
Mm-hmm.
You would know that at least it's not the color of normal blood.
Right. I don't think I would have known. Okay.
The real question is has Sylphine ever seen Vagrim bleed before?
I don't know if I would have, because when we were on the battlefield, you were pretty far away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was pretty
And
far
he
away.
was patched up before you got back to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't bleed there either, did he? Because it was all like that weird self-inflicted stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it's like just the flesh was rotting away and shit and exposing jaw. And...
So she
Yeah.
gets through she like looks into his eyes and checks his ears and stuff, and
He's definitely not breathing. No pulse.
I'm afraid you're dead.
Oh! How long do I have?
Pretty sure it's negative.
That is
5.
terrible. Worst news I could possibly have been told
Truly,
today.
though, this is going to be an odd question. What color is your blood?
Black?
Oh, I think you're fine then.
Oh, okay. Well, it's black now. When I was alive, it was red, but I've been dead for almost 85 years, so... Well, not really dead, just cursed. I'm very excited for death, though. Once that comes, I'll be able to sleep peacefully forever.
Hopefully
How do you get more blood?
It's a good question. I've always assumed that it was the breakdown of my organs just kind of filtering into the veins that once were, and my ability to move. See, magic is holding me together. It is kind of like what I do to the husks, except I am a little bit more sentient than them. But I don't know how it all works. Honestly, I don't think we've ever talked about this before, have we?
Huh. Well, we've got that in common.
I will make sure. I'll make sure that when you are able to finally die, your body is taken care of in the way you'd like.
Oh, just put me on a big pile of wood and set me on fire. It is what my people would have wanted.
Understood.
Is it what you would have wanted?
Well, yes, I am my people. Or what's left of them, I suppose. I've not seen them in 85 years.
Huh.
Although, if you can bring me back, I have lots of questions. I think I would be what would they call me? A medical enigma. Did I use that word properly? I believe so.
I think so.
You did.
Ah, wonderful. See, I could be a doctor. I shouldn't, but I could.
The kind of doctor that never gives up.
Listen, I am a doctor who believes in second chances, as he taps the bag of holding.
I hate so much that you said that, and the only thing that came to my mind was Dr. What was it, like Dr. Zed or something like that from the Borderlands games?
Oh, shit, yeah! Oh, man!
Oh, brother.
I haven't thought about that fucking guy in
I
years.
thought about that game in years.
Yeah.
I always believe in second chances.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Oh, man.
Did anybody find anything else in there? We are sure there's nothing else inside of the inside of this room. Nothing that he left behind. I do trust what you looked at, Estelle. By the way.
Not that we noticed, unless someone else wants to do another check of the room. Now that we've gotten
Well,
rid of
I saw
that.
Salix poking around.
Oh yeah. Roll perception. I don't know if that was apt or not. I probably should have asked.
I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a tough time hearing you with the voice mod still on.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to change it. I rolled perception earlier when someone said to look around.
the
I don't know
16
if that's apt or not, or if it's investigation.
The 16 here.
But yeah.
Alright. I will say from the 16, at least from what you can see, and from just what you had heard from Rose and Estelle, I mean, kind of looking around and everything, it doesn't seem like there's anything else there, no.
Oh no, hidden stash of gold? Damn it.
And,
No, he might put that in a bag of holding. We did that.
Oh yeah.
and with that, I think we're going to go ahead and hit a quick bathroom break for everybody. we are right there at about the halfway point. Let's see here. Hey, 4:21, so we'll go ahead and call it 4:30 even when we get back.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you guys in just a few.
Alright.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. We are back. So, if I remember correctly, God, this is the weirdest freaking. I paused this at such the weirdest moment on this song. But, so, if I remember correctly, all of you were just leaving the room basically after everything had happened with Vagram after he decided to go ahead and interact with the circle.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was such a great moment because I'm like, that is a DM who knows that it's not a good thing when the DM basically would end up having to ask, "Wait, do you touch it?" but still touches it anyways.
Ah, that sounds
YOLO,
familiar.
baby. I'm already dead. What else I got to fucking lose? Yeah, so Vagram, since we're, kind of like out in the hall now, he's gonna say, right, so Salix, you transform and fly with Salfine. Estelle and I will rest here for a little bit. I know we won't regain the capability for magic, but if I focus on my grimoire for a little bit, I actually can gain a little bit back, so I'll be a little bit more useful as we move forward. But yes, fly. My suggestion to both of you is to make sure you reach Taka capital, get to Queen Aurelia, let her and Master Torin know exactly what has just transpired, and make sure she understands. We will try, if she wants, to take him alive. But now that we know he's dealing with a devil, there's a distinct possibility that's not going to be an option. And I am not going to sacrifice my life. He kind of stops. Your lives for the sake of us trying to wrangle a demon talker back to Taka. Especially since I've talked to that fucking thing. Not good. Very powerful.
I will be sure to let her know.
Right. I'm going to go sit my old bag of bones downstairs and stare at my book for the next 3 hours or so.
I'm assuming that you're going to go sit at one of the tables.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh wait, did they already pay for a room?
I think we did on the second floor. However, I still want to talk to her and just let her know as to what the fuck we found up here.
No, that does not sound like a good idea. This
Not,
is...
not in the sense of the circle, but
Well, what else is there to tell her?
I mean, the man's
Maybe-
wearing.
Maybe you could
Man's-
ask if anybody visited him while he was here.
Yeah, we can do that. But just in the future, if he ever comes back here, at least that she knows that he's a little bit more dangerous than was let on. Obviously, she may know by the sword at his back, but
Just maybe don't mention anything about Circle's communication with demons and devils, because we, A, don't want to cause alarm, and 2, demons and devils are very tricky creatures, and we don't want to accidentally let a potential informant know that we know. I mean, the big guy already knows, but yeah.
Torin,
yeah, I'm
I'm
assuming that wasn't a fun conversation.
That was terrible. Never again. 10 out of 10, don't recommend.
Yes, Bay.
I have a terrible question, and I'm sorry for asking.
Oh no.
So because Vargrim can't breathe, or doesn't need to breathe, does that mean he can just chill in his bag of holding?
Yup.
Yeah, actually, that means he could. Him and his undead posse could just hang out in the bag of holding.
So he could come with if we...
Yeah, that was the implication.
That's true.
Are you
Oh,
sure
what the
you
fuck?
want to bring Vagram in the bag of holding, though?
I mean, it would be funny if nothing else.
Fair, but
He would move very efficiently.
Imagine how... That's true. Look, if you want me to move fast, strap my ass to Salfine's belt in the bag of holding and just fucking run. And all she's got to do is reach in, think of me, yank me out, and I'm like a portable fucking cannon. That's awesome. And I just start. So, anyways, then I started blasting.
And then this idiot forgets his name at the last minute and just pulls out a
rope
random
trick, but in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you get rest, find out if anybody visited. He's gonna fly, and we'll go talk to the queen.
I'm going to get a head start. And he starts to very slowly shamble down the stairs.
After he gets, like, down and out of sight, she's gonna say, I'm gonna give him a few minutes before I go downstairs.
Speaking of, we said that we were going to meet Sailfiend and Salix at the edge of the forest before we go in, right? Just confirmation.
Yes, that
Yeah.
did sound like that was the intended plan.
Basically, you guys are gonna chill. We're gonna do a bunch of movement and talking, and then we're gonna come back and do forest things.
Okay, I think it's safe to go downstairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too. But
I mean,
we got
in
a
theory.
magic user and we got a person who can punch shit to their deaths. So I think we're okay with the monk and druid together and the
Yeah, we got a
ranger
fucking
and
Yes,
transformer. I mean,
together.
I'm a little bit more worried about the ranger and the wizard though.
oh,
but-
please, we
but,
can handle ourselves.
bear
I got a
and
whole bag
dire
full of
wolf.
dudes.
That's
Mhm.
Whole
it's
bag
fine.
of dudes.
Bag of dudes, dire wolf, and a black bear. We're fine. It'll be
Fucking-
fine.
Vagram walking around with a bag of like a just surprise sausage party.
Oh, that is kind of accurate, and I'm grossed out.
Now I want to stay here.
Nope, you're taking that fucking trip.
I need an adult.
See, that's the
You are an
thing.
adult.
Until Bay had said that, the first thing that came to my mind was just like Vagram goes ahead and reaches in, pulls out one of the zombies, and as the zombie comes out, the first thing that said is, "Dude."
Yeah, growing that stinky chiba down there in the bag of holding, so they always come out a little bit ripped.
Grabbing his moldy
Mom.
cheese wheel and twist.
Oh God! Okay,
no,
somebody.
no,
That's
no,
it. You're done.
no. No, Sabru is not here. We're not continuing that shit.
If a bay is muted by everybody in Discord, is he actually even talking?
He might be
I'm
talking, but is
semi-sorry.
he really saying anything?
No. No. Alright, Sailfiend's already out the front door.
Bagram's just got his book on the table, and he glances up once in a while to make sure that Estelle isn't, like, fucking over here babbling about demons to this poor, sweet Kalashtar woman.
Oh no. She's just. I mean, she's gonna be quiet about it so that if there's anybody else that is in this place potentially overhearing conversation that's not Vagram, that they're not really gonna know what she's talking about. And she's just gonna say to the barkeep, do you know if he had any visitors in that room while he was staying here? At least to your recollection.
No, none that I had seen.
Are you the only one that works here, or are there more of you?
Oh no, there's two more of us that work here. One in the kitchen and then one in our brewery.
I'm assuming that they don't come out of there unless absolutely needed.
For the most part, Boot will go ahead and come on out whenever a order is placed to go ahead and just deliver it to the table. But beyond that, typically they go ahead and stay to themselves. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Quite honestly, thank you for everything. You've, other than one other person that we've talked to, you've been quite a great deal.
Well, I'm glad that I could have been of help.
And Estelle is just gonna go sit by Bagram and chill out. But she's gonna keep an eye on the room and just look for any shiftiness.
Alrighty. So, is it my understanding that y'all are waiting a moment? That way Vagram can get back a little bit of his power, and then the three of you are making the flight over?
Oh, I'm not actually flying with him. We were just being
Oh,
silly.
okay.
We were
No,
just,
no.
Okay.
we were
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talking
Vagram
about
is
the
taking a short
possibility.
rest. He's sitting his lazy ass right here. However long it takes, he is in his book.
That was for future
Alright.
reference.
I wanted to make sure on that first, before I started going through anything. So it's Selphine and Salix that'll be making the trip back to Taka.
Correct. Now this is my last wild shape for until I short rest, so I won't be able to transform and do the talking unless I do it through telepathy. So
That's right, she's my
there's
buddy
that.
anyway.
So I will probably want to at least short rest when we get back. Otherwise, I'm going to be relegated to being a spellcaster again.
How long does it take for us to short rest, Torin?
Isn't it like?
Because it depends on the campaign. Mine is always 4
True.
hours, but
Yeah, it would be a 4 hour, because the way I do it is short rest is 4 hour, long rest 8 hour.
So,
Right.
so we won't be leaving here because it's already if in 4 hours. Because if Vagram needs a short rest right now and it's 3:30, then he's not going to be done until 7:30. They're not going to be back until 6:30. If he needs to short rest, then it's going to be so. This is going to be a whole overnight thing. We ain't going anywhere tonight.
yeah,
I mean, I
we'll
can always just go in as a spelly.
I mean, if
Did it seem like the location that you were given was temporary?
no, I don't believe so. But this guy has already got 10 hours on us regardless. So the longer we take, the longer he takes. But he is a dragonborn, so he needs to rest as well.
That's true.
Estelle only needs 4 hours because trance things. And I'm pretty sure Selphine is the same way, where we only need 4 hours. So I don't know if a short rest is going to count as a long rest for them. That's kind of up to you as DM.
There are two different types of rest, though. There are, you know what I mean? Like, so if you're short resting, you're just kind of sitting, talking, you're still doing your thing. A long rest is in a state of total meditation, deep slumber, or total relaxation. You can't do shit else.
And then there's also kind of the concept of long rest versus sleep, too. Whereas a trance, you wouldn't necessarily need sleep, and you could only go ahead and just, take your 4 hour trance to get your normal 8 hours of sleep, but you would still need the full 8 hours of long rest.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. I just wanted clarification for that one.
Nope, perfectly fine.
You just gotta howl about for the last 4 hours, don't you? Dang it.
I was just gonna say please without voice mod.
Yep. So yeah, if you're only sleeping for meditating for 4 hours, you just kind of dick around for the last 4 hours, doing nothing and just being relaxed. Correct?
Well, there's also preparing for spell. Spellcasters have to prepare spells.
You use kits.
Fighter types have to make sure that their weapons are oiled and sharpened and their armor is in good repair. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into what is considered for a long rest.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's just preparation for the next day.
Cool.
Actually, I have a question because now my brain is going as fast as it could possibly go. Is there a place here that is considered like a sparring area or for soldiers, or like a barracks basically for either
Oh.
paladins or clerics or someone within this city?
Go ahead and make a history check.
How out of resources is Selphine at the moment?
I have used. Trying to figure out how to answer that properly.
Do you get everything that you've used back on a short rest?
I get it back.
She's trying to answer in game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So with your 10, you didn't see anything that led you to believe a bit of a guards tower or barracks or anything like that. So you would assume potentially Midshire Hall. There has to be something there to go ahead and allow guards to go ahead and take their rests and everything.
Selphine would answer, I've used a minimal amount of my key to power my skills, but once I'm able to rest for even a short period of time, I'll be fine.
Right. But yeah, I don't know if you see the text. Vagram and Estelle could just long rest while we go and talk, and then we can short rest on when we come back.
No,
you
it's
can't
gonna
long
be
rest
too
twice in
long.
24 hours. We just finished that late this morning.
Right.
But what we could do is we could short rest right now, at least get us back up to where we need to be. When you two get back, we head for the woods, and when we can long rest, we take that opportunity immediately.
You have
I
eyes
can
on
dome us, and then we just keep fucking cooking. As soon as we're up, we just go.
Yep.
That way we're not stuck here for an extra, 4
Yeah,
to
exactly.
8 hours.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah,
Let
because
us off.
I think the plan was to meet at the edge of the forest and then we go straight into hunting this guy.
I don't think we're going to be able to do the edge of the forest, though. It's going to take us at least, an hour or so to get to the edge of the forest. And it's going to require me 4 hours. I need 4 hours to rest. Salix said it's going to take about 3 hours for them to do a round trip, which puts them back here and still waiting on me for an hour. And you, if you're short resting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
Vagram is
fine.
not going anywhere. He's staying right here.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just wait here for you guys and then we'll go from there.
Plus, if we split the group and you and I get jumped by quicklings, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I am not fast. I'm gonna climb into my fucking bag of holding and just.
Say wish you the best.
now that it's been
I'm a
brought
magical
up,
item, leave me alone.
you don't know my name. You can't call me out.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
You just jump in the bag of holding, and then at some point you open the bag and realize you're in the Feywild.
Oh, that would be terrible.
That's how this works.
It's a hag.
Oh no, no! This isn't how I was supposed to go. Oh, he was a good boy.
Oh man.
All right, so I think that once we get outside, what are you turning into?
A giant vulture.
Okay. He can carry me efficiently and effectively, right? 160
Yeah.
pounds. Okay, just
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Large creature plus strength, yeah. That'll
So
be
he
fine.
gets when he
17
gets outside,
strength.
before he even shapeshifts, she just goes like this. She's like puts her arms up like she's ready to jump.
Uppy, uppy.
Give me uppies.
Oh man. So Salix, you transform?
Yeah.
All right, she'll climb on his back. If you need me to do any checks or anything like that.
No. This is just like a regular large-sized creature. I wouldn't say anything like that.
Okay.
So you two go ahead and take off towards Taka. I will say one of you go ahead and give me a survival check at advantage. Essentially, the other person aiding the check.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, you get up into the air and you do find your way and kind of can see the outline of the city from the ways out that you are right now. But you begin to go into a full sprint, quote unquote, in the air over towards Taka.
Thank you.
Womp womp.
We need all the advantage we can get. So I would be watching as we're flying, just to, especially like in this area when we first take off, trying to look in the direction where I know that the hut is supposed to be to see if I can see anything just as we're taking off.
You know, I'm gonna say give me perception, and I'm gonna say make it a straight roll instead. I would normally say, yeah, would normally say disadvantage because of how far away it is still, but you know about the precise location of it, so I'll say that makes it a straight roll. With an 11, you can see a spot where it's like, okay, maybe there's something there, but it's hard to really actually tell because it is still very heavily surrounded by trees still.
Okay. And then otherwise just holding on for dear life as we fly.
At 1,200 feet a minute.
Right.
That's pretty spicy.
All right. Vagrim.
Yes. I didn't touch the circle again.
No, I know you didn't. But you do, as you are taking your rest here, you do still feel the slight pull of magic radiating from that direction. Just to go ahead and point out, should you want to go ahead and investigate further.
Can I do that while in the midst of my short rest or no?
Yeah, I would say that's something you could do during a short rest, just kind of a walking around general type of thing.
Okay. Yeah, so Vagram will kind of side-eye Estelle, and then he's going to loudly whisper in Abyssal, Estelle, which I think translates along all languages, so excuse that for not being in Abyssal. He says, I think there is something wrong here. He kind of looks down at his hand, and then he like looks up towards the stairs. I can feel the home of magic again from upstairs.
She's gonna
Oh,
cuss under her
no.
breath.
Sorry.
The fuck?
Not that magic. The magic that you felt from the other side of the city.
Oh, the enchanting guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought you meant the demon circle. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to
No,
cut
no.
this short rest short. I'm about to kill a bitch. All right. As they start pulling zombies out of the bag. Come on.
Henry,
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
that's
I know I told you.
All right. With that being said, yeah, Vagram. What is this Estelle doing during her short rest? She's just chilling.
Yeah, she would, like, right now she's just kind of sitting close to you, and just kind of watching people as they come in, looking to see if anybody is like super jumpy, and that's pretty much it.
So he'll say, you know, I was just thinking about something. I forgot that there is a special someone in my bag that is capable, unlike most zombies and skeletons, that dare to wear some armor and carry weapons that are not normal for those types of creatures. Would you like to take a walk with me while we wait so I can get him outfitted?
I mean, hey, if we can get them outfitted, they can help us in fights. Hell fucking yes.
Great. Knowing that this is not his intention, he is going to stand up and he's going to walk towards the door. And I'm going to start following that hum of magic. I'm going to go right past the armorer and the weaponsmith, and I'm just going to keep sniffing my way towards the enchantment shop.
Sniffing his way downtown.
Oh my goodness.
Wow,
no.
that
Pass,
is...
not homebound.
No!
Yes!
Hellbound.
Oh, I'm hellbound now. I fucking bought myself into that on accident.
Yeah, you sure did.
All right, yeah. So I guess we'll start heading over towards the we'll head towards that where that stream of magic is kind of leading us.
Alright, so if you remember, the hum of magic that you were feeling is coming from the Enchanting Crafts location.
Okay. Yep, I'll take the road too. I'm not gonna like cut through alleys, or I'm not walking on the grass if I can help it at all. But yeah, I'll start kind of walking that way, and I'll keep my eyes open, not actively perceiving, but he will say to Stell, maybe we should just keep our eyes out in case anything goes weird. As we pass Alberic's alterations, does this look like a tailor, like a clothier, as opposed to like weapon and armors? Okay.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Perfect. So I guess we'll just go to the Enchanting Crafts shop, and I'll just give yeah, I guess what do we see when we get here? Like, is it actually like, hey, welcome, this is an enchanting place, like, come on in, or is it like by appointment only?
Well, you get to the door there. It's not by appointment only or anything. But you do see a sign out front. Very, very well done. Handmade for sure. And it says the Quebec Brothers Enchanting Crafts. Quebec spelled Caebeck.
Okay, sorry, taking notes.
All good.
All right. So yeah, I guess I will. I'm gonna kind of like, I'm gonna put my hand on the door and just kind of like feel. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird, but it, like, does the door have like that hum?
The hum, now that you are outside of it, you feel and realize it's not so much a direct pull, like something in particular is calling you here, and more it is the pull of multiple uses of latent magic that's still kind of residing within that area, a heavy pool of basically residual magic.
So for the first time ever, Estelle, you see Vagrim, he puts his walking staff into the bag of holding, and he stands all the way up, takes a deep breath like he's smelling the air, and just says, I am reinvigorated. Do you smell it? Not me. It.
she would just kind of give him a glance of, well, I know, obviously it's not you if you're saying it. um,
You can go ahead and make an Arcana check if you would like.
thank you.
Oh yeah, that. And she rubs peppermint oil under her nose.
Oh, this dice fucking hates me.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. So yeah, no, you cannot smell or sense whatever Vagrim is being able to sense at this moment.
And she's gonna kind of shrug. I am magical, but I'm not that magical.
Oh. Yeah, very well. Let's go have a look and see what what is this place called? And he kind of reads it again. The Quebec Brothers Enchanting Crafts. Like the name. Don't like the last name, but it's got a little bit of a ring. He's gonna open the door. He walks like completely upright, no hunch, no nothing. Like it is a new man.
And she's just gonna silently follow him in, but she's gonna kind of keep her eyes out for anything.
All right. As you do go ahead and walk in, you're a little surprised because you were expecting to see, blacksmiths, weaponsmiths, armorsmiths, different things like that along the way. But as you walk in, you realize, no, these are. Okay, so do you remember Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the Imperial City?
Yes.
There was the shop that was owned by the three brothers.
Yeah.
That is essentially this.
Oh shit. Okay.
You walk into three rather small, for their size, or for their race, I should say. They are definitely on the short side, dwarven individuals.
Okay.
And it is very obvious to you that they all, both of you, that they all have their own kind of unique profession.
So, Gorim, excuse me, sorry, I played too many orcs. Vagrim, that's actually my LARPing work. So Vagrim, he will kind of look around at, just kind of take the place in, like, holy shit, this is huge. He says, "Hello?"
You see the one off to your left here as you come walking in. Oh, hell. How are you doing?
Well, I honestly feel alive. This place hums with magic like I've not felt in a very long time.
And you got me to thank for that. And as you look around, you realize you're probably talking to the enchanting one of the three.
Thank you very much. It is wonderful what you have done here. My name is Vagram Blueborn. This here is my companion, Estelle. I felt the magic when we entered town. This is my first time here, so this is my first time in the shop. What exactly is it that you three do here?
You hear the one all the way in the far back behind you. Well, I'm a leather worker. And then you hear the one.
Oh, sorry, leather worker.
Yep. You hear the one that's off in the far corner here, basically just down the wall from you, kind of grumpily. No, I'm a blacksmith. I can make any armor or weapon you want.
And Vagram points at the guy in front of him and he says, "So then I take it you are the master enchanter."
Got a good head on you. Here, go ahead and take a look at one of the flyers. And he'll go ahead
I'll
and
take
slide
it.
you a little piece of paper.
Yeah, he picks it up.
Is his name Sandal?
If this guy says enchantment, I am getting the. I'm leaving because I know what comes next. Boom.
Oh my goodness.
Either way, while Vagram is talking to our very charming enchanter, she's gonna go towards the blacksmith and ask him if a white dragonborn has come in searching for armor.
Okay. You walk on over to him and ask, "Hey, white dragonborn. No, I can't say I've seen one for maybe 2 months now.
2 months. Do you recall what kind of armor you paid for?
Oh, it was just a weapon, actually. He wanted a sickle.
A sickle?
Yeah. He was just one of the farmhands right on over there.
And she is just.
Well, was, as I said. Guy got fired.
So he hasn't been here for a long time.
About a month now.
And there hasn't been another dragonborn that's come in, maybe with horns, ridges along the front side of his head.
None that I've seen, at least. But I'll let you know if I see any.
And she's just going to kind of graciously nod towards him. Thank you. My companion may come and ask you for a couple weapons, if it pleases you to make for him.
Oh, it's not a problem. I got some in stock right now, and I got enough material. If you want something custom made, I could go ahead and do that too.
How long would the custom-made weapons take to make?
All depends on what he's wanting.
Fair. I'll let him be his enchanting self with you. And she's gonna walk back over to Vagram.
So what does the pamphlet say? 'Cause I'll read it.
So the pamphlet that you are given, it is basically just one sheet full. I forget the name of it now, but sideways. And it goes ahead and lists off literally just about any form of armor for leather, any form of weapon that would be made of leather, like a whip, for example. Weapons and armor both that are made from metal, as well as a multitude of different enchantments. Two of the bigger things that you do also see on there. Let me pull it up. There is also one that says, "Test your destiny." There is an item apparently that they have come across that, so long as you can feel the presence of the magic, then you get the item.
Oh shit.
But to make sure that no one ends up lying about it, you are the one that has to come forth with the gold to have the priest go ahead and cast a zone of truth. But if the item does seem to make a connection to you, then you get to keep the item.
Okay.
And then off to the side, you also see a small thing for a random scroll tube that you can go ahead and end up buying. Basically, a set of 10 random scroll tubes. It could be anything from a potentially powerful actual spell scroll to, as far as you know, it might just be some 3-year-old's drawing.
So, Vagram would like to at least keep one of these for himself. Do you have, you don't have to do it now, but like after stream, do you actually have like a list that I can have? Or is it just...
I actually have this as a Google Doc, so I can go ahead and send you that link.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that would be like an actual physical thing. Oh, you actually have a... Oh, you have a flyer pulled up on your
Yeah, that's what I was
handout?
saying.
Yeah, we
couldn't
don't
see.
have... That didn't pop up
Oh.
on any of our screens. You didn't share that with us, so...
Weird.
Sorry, I'm getting messages here to go look at
tried
stream,
to
and I was
hit
like, what the
show to
fuck? I'm over
players.
here.
I
If you-
tried to hit
you
show to
might-
players, and it sent it to me.
You might have to go into edit and just add us.
Yeah, you have to go into edit
Okay.
and add everybody.
Because I've done that before too on Sunday.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering, I'm getting DMs over here going, just go look at stream, stupid. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean go look at stream? I'm not on stream. I'm trying to play the game.
So I'll just do that. There you go.
Cool. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I didn't want that to go to
Okay.
waste. I could see it on the stream, so I was like, share.
That is amazing.
Sorry, my dog just woke up and peed on my foot, so I've been away for the last 5 hours.
Oh no.
Oh, God. Well, thank goodness you're flying.
That's rude.
Yeah. So, Torrin, did I hear correctly? You just put gacha mechanics into D&D?
What was that?
Did you just put gacha mechanics into our campaign?
Gotcha mechanics?
Is this
The whole
D&D
idea
impact?
the whole idea of like take a chance on a scroll tube type of deal, basically.
Yep.
Not what I was intending, but technically yes.
Okay, so he's gonna read this over, and as Stelk walks back over, you see his eyes are kind of like glued to this as he hasn't said a fucking word. And he looks it over and he says, "So let me get this straight. I can take my chance at taking 1 of 10 random scroll tubes, and it is 10 gold pieces per tube, with 1 scroll tube per customer per day. Is that correct? So I can purchase 1 today."
Yeah, and then your friend there can go ahead and get one too if she wants.
She's not that kind of magic user. She already told me. And he pulls 10 gold out and slaps it on the counter. "I'll take 1.
Alright, roll me a d10. Because I
So
do
fucking
actually,
awesome.
I have 10 different scroll tubes right here. Roll me a d10.
4. It's aight. Yeah, this is the good berry scroll. Shit, I forgot how much money I spent on all those potions. I just looked at my inventory. I was like, fuck, I'm a little light.
Okay, roll me a d100 now.
Oh, God. Is this the proficiency level of the child who drew the picture that's about to be in this tube, or how many jelly beans are in it?
Is it a Picasso, or is it just a bunch
You
of
will
squish?
find out.
Oh, God, it's only a 13. That's alright.
A 13.
Yeah.
So, give me 1 second here. So, as you go ahead and slap the gold down, you go ahead and make your choice, and the scroll tube is handed to you. Currently, it is still just the scroll tube. You do not know what is inside.
Oh, I'm tearing the seal open on that bitch. Look, I put my hand in a demon circle today, okay? Like, what do I got to lose?
Fair. But as you pop the top on this, because there is a little like piece that comes right off like that, you go ahead and see a little puff of smoke and a flash of light emanate from the inside. Harmless effects created, you believe, by prestidigitation. And he looks up at you. Oh, you got the jackpot.
Tell me this is a masterful painting I can sell to a king for a handsome sum. And I kind of start to like slide the scroll out.
All right.
Or whatever the hell's in
As-
here.
Are you ready for this, Xavier?
I don't know if I'm ready. I didn't know if I was ready when we started playing, and I've just been led for fucking... I'm going through loops here. I got a lot of emotions.
You are now in possession of a 4th level compulsion spell scroll.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Okay.
The
I'm not
D100.
internally freaking out at all.
Yeah, the D100 was to determine the spell.
Alright. That's fucking cool. He kind of unravels it, reads through it, and he's just like... Oh, boy. Well, this one will need to be saved for a rainy day, I suppose, eh?
I sure hope so. Anything else you're interested in? See, you
To be
took
honest-
quite a good looking at that flyer.
Everything on here is absolutely beautiful. I probably need to go have a conversation with Kildrak because I want to potentially get I need to get a friend of mine outfitted, but he's a different type of friend. So maybe I have a conversation with him. And then as for you, I see you've got some beautiful, absolutely beautiful things on ya. The enchantments. Do you just place the enchant? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say real quick, as you say Kildrak, you hear the one that Rose was talking to. That'd be me.
Ah, wonderful, my friend. I may have some business for you. Question for you, though, Kilvok. The enchantments, are these... if I bring something to you that I want enchanted, can you just perform the enchantment on it? Or do I have to specifically purchase armor from one of your brothers, or weapons from one of your brothers to then be enchanted?
Oh no, bring something on in, I'll go ahead and enchant it. You want them to make something custom and then me enchant it? We can do that too.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. What is your, let's say, simply just for the lower tier things, I'm thinking more along the lines of the weaponry, because, you know, there are big, crazy, evil creatures out there in the world, and sometimes, you know, you just have to get down and dirty with them. What are we looking at as far as, like, just a simple +1 enchantment on a weapon? Price-wise, obviously.
And now me needing to look through notes that I should have had up already. For something like that, +1. Hey. Call it. Actually, hang on. I think I have an exact amount somewhere else. Hang on. Holy fuck, I forgot how much I over-prepared all this. Well, all depends a little bit where you want it. If you want weapon, call it about 300. Armor, that's a little different. It's more material. Costs about 1,000. And for those, because we've had to expand into this, because we've actually had a couple of people ask for it, barding as well. But that's also higher price than even the armor.
That is understandable. You should always make sure to milk your paladins for as much as you can get from them. Am I right? Am I right?
He kind of laughs at that and goes, maybe more like the Knights of Taka that got a little too high up in their rank, maybe.
Yes, Taka Knights.
Just under her breath, she's gonna be like, bitches with too much in their britches.
All right. Well, that answers the questions that I was curious about. Now, as far as the I'll kind of leave this alone right now, but I have one more question for you. This test your destiny. Apparently, you are in possession of an orb that seems to choose its possessor. I mean, I did some pretty stupid things today, twice actually. Now, so I would be curious to see if maybe this thing likes me. What is it? What does it do?
Well, go ahead and take a look at it for yourself. And he goes ahead and pulls up this box. It's a box in the sense that it is a cube, but it is much more like the wooden base with the big glass display around it. And it displays this very large, what I would almost call like an 8-sided orb. So think of taking a sphere and cutting it on the length, width, and height in half, so you get those 8 pieces, right? Each one of those is a different color.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh. That's what you do. Does there happen to be a one of those faces? Is it happen to be black or gray or darker than the others?
Not necessarily. And I say that because from what it all looks like, they are all different colors, but they all do appear to be one big, essentially solid piece of a gemstone.
Understood. Okay.
So, like, there is one side that's green, but it is an emerald green. There's one side that is orange, and it is a citrine orange.
Okay. So, looking at this thing, do I have an inkling? Like, do I know anything about it? Is there anything about it that stands out?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana. Because from the fact that it looks like 8 different pieces, and with a 10, I'll say this: whoever used an orb like this was someone, from what you would guess, who could not exactly make up their mind in terms of magic.
All right. He kind of like reaches out and just tries to touch it.
Well, there is the whole like glass display.
Oh, I'm sorry. The way I understood that is that it was coming out in a box and then was being shown to us. So it's inside of its case.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand.
In the sense of box, it's like wooden platform with the little holder that it's on, and then the actual box is like a glass display case.
Okay. So yeah, he'll look at it and he'll just be like, I don't know a whole lot about what this thing might be, but how does this work exactly?
Well, you want to go ahead and try your luck at it. I recommend we go ahead and set up a meeting with the priestess here. And we'll go ahead and see if you're getting a connection with it.
Out of curiosity, what does the Zone of Truth spell have to do with a connection between an entity and a magical item?
Nothing between you and it necessarily. What it is we have to make sure whether you truly can feel that magic or not.
Ah, understandable. Understandable.
You see where that's going now.
Absolutely. Well, I would be more than happy to set up a. How you tell me what to do? You lead me. I am your guide. I promise you, by the way, and to all three of you, I guarantee you, I will be bringing much money to this establishment over the coming probably weeks, as I like everything. And he kind of waves the pamphlet that I see here.
You hear Kilvar on in the back. Well, we sure do like the sound of that. And you've realized with all three of these, there's been like accents all over the place with this. These are people where it's either they can't make up their own mind on what accent they want to use, or they are very well traveled, and it just kind of goes in and out between different ones periodically.
I love it. Right, so what is the next step then?
Well, suppose the next step would be going ahead and talking to the priestess, like I said. You'll have to front the cost of the Zone of Truth, which Kilvok, that's the one that's talking.
He's shouting his own name. Oh wait, I forgot who I am.
Kilvar. You remember how much it was last time? I want to say she charged like 100. So
Looking a little defeated, he goes, well, I have 70 right now, but my companions and I are about to go take care of something that should pay out. So maybe I will come back when I can actually afford the...
She just taps Fagram.
Ah! Shit, sorry, I didn't realize you were behind. How did you get so close to me without me knowing?
I did.
She walks efficiently.
Fuck you. Fly, Birdman, fly.
To be fair, ever since she talked to the blacksmith, she would just walk back, and she was relatively behind him, but not like close enough where he felt like he was being encroached upon. If this is something that you absolutely want to do, I don't have any problem footing the cost.
That is very kind of you. You've no reason to do that for me, but I will pay you back. We could maybe consider it a loan. I have no need for money. That is a living man's gamble.
No, it is Zone of Truth, so you could technically both do it, right?
But she's just gonna smile and shake her head. Does the coin go to you or to the priestess?
It'd go to the priestess. She's the one that casts the magic.
Would you need to come with us? Obviously, you're not going to simply entrust me with this cube display case.
Obviously, we'd come with you to go ahead and bring the orb there, and then back if it doesn't end up connecting with you.
Well, all right. Let's go.
All right then. And
and
as that happens,
laugh and just walk out.
as that happens, Selphine and Salix, you two have been for a little while now. And we will say that at this point, you have been able to go ahead and make it to Taka.
Cool. So We're going to the palace or
Yeah.
the castle. Yep.
All
So
right.
I'll just like fly directly at the door. Not obviously not crashing into it, but you know.
Literally, just as I'm about to say something, you say that, and then I see Candace's
My
face.
face.
Just like, oh no. Oh man.
Just to be clear, if you started flying straight at the door, Selphine would give a little pat on your vulture head and say, maybe we don't get shot out of the sky today.
And as that said, Salix, do go ahead and give me a perception check.
What kind of perception check? Like, what's it based off?
Sight.
Neat.
I'm guessing that means you have advantage on it.
Yep.
Alrighty. With a 26, not so much on the outside, but definitely as you started flying over the city, there has been a couple of guards that you've seen just kind of not so much pointing a weapon or anything towards you, like a bow or anything, but more just kind of keeping an eye. As you do get closer to the palace, there are many more who do go ahead and end up pointing and aiming longbows at you as you're heading closer and closer to the door.
Alright, well, I will land before we get shot at.
One of them will kind of slowly, still bow drawn and everything, walk up towards you. Who are you and what business do you... oh, you're the... Okay, sorry about that.
I'm the, and he's the. We actually do have.
Sorry about that.
We need
Lower
to.
your weapons.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. She'll do kind of a weird, awkward bow at the hip, not a curtsy or anything that's normal. It's just kind of like almost mechanical in nature. We do need to speak with the queen quite urgently. We have news of, well, the mission that she sent us on.
All right. She's on in the palace. Make your way.
Wonderful. Thank you. If it's just the same, my friend will go ahead.
I'll just wait here. You go ahead. I can't walk very fast.
My friend will wait here. And she'll head into toward the palace.
He kind of nods his head at you, kind of okay, but you catch as you're walking past, he looks back up at this giant vulture in front of him and it's just
Just don't give him scratches. He doesn't enjoy that. And she walks away. And then telepathically, she'll say to Salix, "You're welcome."
Does she walk efficiently away?
Very efficiently. As she gets to the palace, she'll do that weird like bow at the hip thing again, and then head inside and look around.
All right, you make your way on inside and up to the throne room. One moment here. Don't know what it was. Just had a weird like
I
catch.
can't hear you.
You're still muted, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Just in Discord. There you go.
Yeah, that
Ah!
forgot to hit push to talk.
You coughed your mic out of existence.
Yeah. But you make your way on into the palace up to the thrones, and quite like you saw last time, here is still Queen Aurelia, axe by her side, with basically the king on collar and leash.
Still on that S&M stuff, huh?
As she approaches, she'll say, "I'm glad to see things haven't changed much here. I do have word."
Well, that's some great news. Please, what news do you bring?
She looks around. Who else is in here right now?
As of right now, all you see is just her, the king, and then a couple of guardsmen at this point.
She'll look at the queen and say, "Do you trust them?"
Oh.
Motioning toward the guards.
She'll go ahead and kind of do that little, like, look off to the right with just her eyes, look off to the left, and then give a wave, and they all go ahead and leave. Right now, I don't trust anyone except for the ones that are helping to try to stop this.
I'm glad that you did that on your own without me having to encourage it. Now they'll be mad at you. So, what we found,
All they want. They have not seen my rage.
I have. That's why I'm not worried about them being mad at you.
Fair enough. Now, what news do you bring?
As it turns out, Shava is a bit more than he let on, by a lot. Uh, from what we were finding, if this is the same Shava, he appears to be a warlock of some kind, with a patron in the 9th level of hell, if I understand correctly. We know this because Bagram spoke to the patron. We were also able to find the location. We were also able to find the location where he is hiding and intend to head that way, but we wanted to make sure you understood bringing him back alive may not be an option at this point.
Just give me 2 seconds here. Does she have a religion? No. Strength +1. Or not strength +5. The 9th level, you said.
Correct. Additionally, he has a Magus's Executioner of Ironbone, I believe is what it was. It's a great sword that can, from what I understand, from what Vagrim shared, it's capable of nullifying magic as a whole. I'm not sure how far, if that's just whoever he'd be combating or if it's across the land, but from what I understand, he is carrying that as well. Openly, which seems stupid.
Well, I can't say I know much about the sword, unfortunately. However, the 9th level would be quite foreboding. And you can see the gears are instantly turning in her head. She thinks she's figured something out.
You already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. She's absolutely worried. Like it's that moment of, best case scenario, worst case scenario. Oh fuck, that's the worst case.
This one is for the king. It's only a 14.
On the 14, you see the king and he is just kind of there. Like every time something gets brought up about this, he realizes more and more, like, I fucked up. I'm just gonna sit here and not say a fucking thing right now. Or else I might get punched in the back of the head. I don't know.
What was his? And her eyes will go to the king. His affiliation with this Shava.
Nothing really direct. I mean, he was one of the councilmen, obviously, so we had spoke from time to time, but nothing that was, at least not that I know of. And kind of looks down at him, and he just looks up, directly at you, actually. No, she tells the truth. Aside from, aside from just the conversations from council meetings, no, we didn't really talk too much.
Does this Shava have any information that could be detrimental to the people that we need to be aware of?
They think on that for a moment. None that we're aware of. You hear Aurelia speak up again.
Well, our intention at this point is I will fly back with my companion to. We're going to meet them in town, and then we will all travel together to the forest where we believe that he is staying. I'm not going to say too much at this point. Is there a way that we might be able to reach you from afar? Do you have an item or a scroll perhaps that we could utilize to contact you so that we don't have to? Well, quite frankly, I prefer my feet on the ground.
Well, I'm supposed to be getting in contact with Torin as well.
As do I. And you'll see her think on it for a moment, and she'll go ahead and reach on into her pocket and hand you what essentially just looks like a rock.
Would I know what that is?
Go ahead and give me Arcana.
Oh, I'm great at that. Actually, that wasn't terrible.
Yep. You, even with a 12, because this is fairly common use amongst certain people, at least, depending on what kingdoms you're in. But you would recognize it, yes, as a sending stone.
Thank you for this. I know that Torin also wanted us to keep in touch. I'm not sure. I don't really want to turn a queen into a messenger, but.
Well, no. That is my direct line to him.
Oh, wonderful. So this will go to Torin. Excellent.
Yes.
Is that going to put you in danger if I take this with me?
No.
Okay.
And no, I can handle my own, no matter what comes. And she just kind of smirks a little.
I'm very aware of that, yes. So again, the plan at this point, we have to go to the Midnight Forest, to the location where we
Moonlight Forest.
Sorry, Moonlight. I don't know why I wrote Midnight.
We've all been calling it fucking weird
Twilight.
shit tonight.
Enchanting Forest, because I got it confused with Enchanting Crafts, now Midnight Forest. Yeah, we'll get it right next session.
We have to go to the Eye Forest.
The Eye Forest.
How is it? That's right.
That sounds
it's just a forest that has nothing but trees that grow good berries.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't pay for a holiday trip there or anything, but.
But as soon as we have anything to report, we will. Would you like me to contact Torin with this now, or will you be seeing him anytime soon, where you might be able to relay so we can keep this available?
I'll be meeting with him here in just a little bit. Whenever he arrives, I can go ahead and give him the message.
Excellent. I do appreciate that, Your Majesty.
And she'll actually stand up, hand still firmly on that leash. But she'll go ahead and stand up and actually give you a kind of proper dwarven bow.
Yeah, and it's now apparent where this weird, awkward bow that she keeps doing came from, because she doesn't do it well since she's taller and lanky. So she weirdly bends at the hip again to try to imitate. She just can't quite get it right.
You'll get it one of these days.
No offense, but hopefully not. I'd rather not have to walk around bowing nonstop. Not my lifestyle.
Your choice. But go. Deal with Shava.
Thank you.
And know that when you get back, Everyone will be very thoroughly paid for this. I'm sorry that you are having to go through so much trouble.
If it's going to help, there's no need to be sorry. The concern, I believe, is the sword, but hopefully Torin will have some insight on how to combat that, because nullifying magic might not paralyze, but it might hurt our group.
Yes, it could. You have 3 of your 4 that all use some form of magic at least.
Correct.
So, do keep your eyes out. I will let Torin know. And I'll let him know that you have my sending stone as well.
Thank you. She'll turn to the king and say, best wishes. And then turn on her heel and leave.
Both of them are rather silent as you do go ahead and leave. You can hear a little bit of commotion behind you as you're leaving, kind of just from the leash moving around and everything as Aurelia goes to sit back in her throne. But that is it.
As the doors to the throne room close behind her, she's just going to stop for a second and just listen to hear. She just wants to listen to see if they go into conversation.
Wants to hear her beating him over the head.
Give me a perception check.
18.
You do not hear anything aside from what sounds like the armor of the guards that were told to leave now being essentially told they can come back to their post.
Got it. Okay, so she'll head back out to where Salix is. She'll give nods to guards as she goes. Get over to him and then climb up on his back and say, "Hey, let's go."
All right. And Salix, I'm assuming you do take off.
Yeah. We just go.
All right. Salix and Selphine are making their way back to Midshire. We are 10 minutes away from the end here. Do we want to keep going until like right at 6, or do y'all think this is a good stopping point?
It's up to you. I don't know how long. We could sacred brevity their flight. But how long? What is your time estimation as far as the zone of truth situation?
That wouldn't take too long if we wanted to go ahead and run through that real quick.
I'm fine with it if you guys are.
Good with me.
Yep.
All right. So, cut back to Midshire as Selphine and Salix begin making their way. Vagram and Estelle, you two have made your way down to Midshire Hall with the 3 Quebec brothers in tow. And carrying with them the orb.
Oh, this is her first time meeting the priestess. This is going to be very entertaining.
So as we kind of like enter the hall, Vagram's like, "This ain't my first rodeo with this bitch." Like, "Oh, I got you." So he goes in first. By the way, he does open the door without any problem, and he, as we kind of enter, he's gonna say, "Priestess Keelith Aresius of Torm." And he kind of points to Estelle. "This is my companion, Estelle. You didn't meet her the last time we are here. You met Selphine. She is another companion of mine. But I'm here with them this time." And he points back towards the dwarves.
Oh, so I see you've decided to take your chance at destiny.
Yes, Destiny. I suppose so. Also, thank you for the lead earlier. We actually have uncovered a great deal of information, and don't you worry, everything here is going to be okay.
Well, I'm very, very happy to hear that. You do see a bit of relief come on over her.
Right, so I assume we owe you some coinage for a Zone of Truth spell. Is that correct?
Yes. Normally it is 100 gold for each person that would like to try it.
You said normally. Is there a but for an old friend? And he gives the most awkward smile.
Yeah, I was about to say, make a perception check. Or not perception, but a persuasion check.
Guys, don't let me do the charisma.
I do the charisma.
I mean, none of us are good at
Oh
charisma.
shit, a nat one! Oh, fuck, dude. This is why.
Now we gotta pay extra.
Oh boy. Yeah, he smiles and like there's still some black blood dried up on like the corner of his mouth, and he's like.
I would like to go ahead and discount it if I could, but unfortunately, even though you are on business directly from the Queen, all of the coin goes directly towards trying to help the city.
Yes, of course, of course. My apologies. I meant no offense in trying to bargain with you. And he begins to pull handfuls of coins out of the bag. A zombie finger comes out, drops on the floor, and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he picks it up and puts it back in the bag.
Bagram is like, settle. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And she will hand the coins over to the priestess.
All of them? All 100?
All 100.
Okay, then he's gonna stuff all the shit back into his bag, and he pulls out a small book, not his tome. He pulls out a small black book, pops it open, and he takes his quill and he writes something down it, and then he closes it. Okay.
Come to find out, it's a death note, and that's the reason why he's a necromancer.
Yo, imagine if somebody did that as a
Good lord.
All the zombies are people he owed money to.
Well, I tried to do it my way, but here we are. No. Thank you very much, Estelle. I appreciate it.
And she's just gonna look towards the princess. Is there anything else that is required other than the coin? And obviously the orb here.
Only that whoever is testing their destiny, as the Quebec brothers so eloquently decided to call it in their flyer. You can tell she's not a big fan of the whole kind of capitalist mentality.
Fucking dwarves.
But only that whoever is doing the test be the only one within the zone. Just to make sure that nothing else gets spilled from anybody else.
And she's probably gonna step away from Bagram.
Oh, yes, of course. Bagram just kind of like stands there very awkwardly holding his staff and just kind of like, I don't know how this works, but I will follow the leader.
I'm having to look up the spell again to figure out the radius on it. 15-foot radius sphere. Okay. So the Quebec brothers all end up coming on in, and they go ahead and place down the display case and go ahead and remove the glass that is basically concealing it. And they do allow you to go ahead and pick it up.
Okay, so Vagram will... so first he is going to very deliberately take the underside of his robes down near his ankles, and he's going to kind of pull it up ever so slightly, and he's going to wipe his hands off. He's going to clean his hands completely, and then he'll reach down and he'll take the orb. He picks it up.
Alright, as you take it up, you hear Priestess Keyleth begin to go ahead and incant as the Zone of Truth is formed. You can choose to willingly fail the save if you would like to.
Yep. As soon as the zone of truth kind of encompasses him, you'll see his eyes kind of like glow yellow for a moment as he completely submits to the spell.
Alrighty. Make a wisdom saving throw. And I'm saying wisdom saving throw just because of the fact of it's an easy one that I know
Damn.
I do believe has proficiency for you.
Yeah, I'm a wizard, so yeah, that's a 21.
He's a wizard, Harry.
I am a wizard, Harry.
21. It takes a moment as the effect takes place. You feel nothing except the spell take hold. And then loneliness? Distance. A little bit of happiness, maybe?
Okay.
What do you feel?
He out loud says, oh god, I thought it was from the orb. I was gonna say, he out loud says, fuck.
Crisis.
Vagram, his eyes still kind of glowing as he is very actively submitting to the zone of truth. He just kind of says, I unfortunately feel nothing but emptiness. And he stops. Wait a minute. I felt distance. And then I felt a small bit of joy. But I don't believe it is overwhelming.
And that is where we are ending the session.
Ah, damn it! And we come back next week and she's like, nah, yeah, you're not the chosen one. Get the fuck out. Thanks for my 100 gold. All right, now I'm burning that fucking forest down. You made me wait 2 weeks. No, just kidding.
Just use that scroll of compulsion. Oh yeah, you're the chosen one.
Definitely.
I will say this, we will go ahead and RP it out and everything. But you were chosen.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
Oh shit.
I was expecting to pick this thing up, by the way, and have it be like the beacon from fucking Skyrim. Remember the white beacon where you pick it up and
Another
you're...
hand has
Beacon.
come
Oh,
across
another
the
hand
beacon.
has... Yeah, god damn it, yes!
Yeah.
Flash forward 20 sessions and we are 13 layers deep in hell going, what are we doing? And I'm just like, I shouldn't have touched the fucking orb.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
man.
Estelle, well, at least it's not the damn circle.
You know what? That was probably the riskiest thing as a player I've probably ever done. But I was like, you know what? I thought it was because it was red, and I was like, nah, this is blood. I
There's
was like, fuck it.
one other thing that you did that was riskier as a player. Can you name
Really?
it?
That I did as a player?
Ever, not just now with this character. It did have to do with shoving your hand in shit.
Where did I put my hand in?
Portal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did do that. Yeah, the original Xavier was stupid.
Wait,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
The original Xavier?
Yes, the original Xavier.
Yeah, he put his hand in a portal that was made of bones with a green screen in it and failed the Constitution saving throw and got sucked through. Actually, back in that edition, it was a Fortitude saving throw. Got sucked through, ripped all his skin off, turned him into a skeleton. Yep, that sucked.
Oh, very fun. So, you and touching things and failing con saves.
Yeah, this time it's charisma. I'm good at con. I'm also really good at wisdom and intelligence.
Really weird.
Charisma's not good. He's intelligent enough to lie and bullshit his way through everything, but he's still ugly and stinks like death. All right. Well, that was a good session. That was fun.
Yeah, great session. Thank
We
you,
got a
guys.
shitload done.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Oh my goodness.
It is so hard to deliver these lines as this character. I'm dying over here. To go from Doc to Selphine is really difficult.
Oh, I can believe it. Oh, I can believe the hell out of it.
Yeah, I have things to check in my notes because what that blacksmith said, I'm like, questionable things with the white dragonborn, and now I have questions for that worker, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
more investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, more questions and some answers.
Meanwhile, I put my hand out to the queen and say, "Give me gifts." She does.
Gimme.
To be fair, you brought her like S tier information, so she
Yeah.
deserved to give you fucking gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I have a phone?
Hey, Mom, can I have a phone?
I'm sick of
I'm
asking
13,
my
come on, I'm
friends
old
mom to
enough.
call you, and they don't have any payphones in the forest.
It's like 50
Everyone
stats.
else has one.
but everybody else has a sending stone, Mom. Why can't I have one?
Oh, brother. Well, thank you very much. This was a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to our
man.
next one.
Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, what was it? The
Yeah.
16th, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's what I had on
Yeah, it
my
was
end.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yep, 16.
Perfect.
Cool. All right, I will see you then. And Xavier, I will
Yes.
be going ahead and messaging you with regards to this orb.
Hell to the yeah. My magic D8 in my demon hand. Let's roll.
Oh
Demon
no,
hand?
this isn't a D8. This is a perfect sphere.
That is even scarier.
Oh.
Yeah, like okay, so you remember in the science books how it'd go ahead and show like that chunk of the Earth that was gone, so that way you could see like the center. Think of it as like that 1/4 chunk of the Earth.
Oh shit! So it's showing all the layers of the different, but there's 8 different colors of gem in it. Like that? Is that what I'm understanding?
So
Maybe I need a
So
picture
each,
to help
each
me.
quarter is a different color.
so yeah, let's say that we have just like the half circle, right? Just the half sphere, right?
Okay.
You cut that in half and half like this, so that way you have your 4 parts, right? Each 4 of those domed off quarters is its own gem.
Oh, but the whole thing makes up a sphere.
Yes, the whole
Okay,
thing makes
now
a
I get it. Okay.
This fucking thing.
I don't know what the hell I'm looking at.
puzzles. The sphere puzzles.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I totally understand what you're talking about.
All right. Do you guys have anybody to raid? Because right now I don't actually even see anyone on my
Apperjack.
on my follow.
Yeah, I see Apperjacks, and that's it on my end.
I have Snake is live. He's doing Dead by Daylight.
Snake.
Ripley.
Oh, day. Yeah, I see this big old screen with literally all the gray and everything. I'm like, well, fuck. There's not a single person online. But yeah, we'll go ahead and send the raid on over to Snake here. Let's see if we can get that to work for us this time.
Bay, that meme is fucking hilarious. I literally, I popped in and I just started screaming. I was like, oh my god.
We're really
I do
gonna have to
recommend.
give your bot the sub at some point again.
Oh no, I have a workaround for that actually. Thank you for reminding me.
Alright, I'm gonna head off. You guys have a good one. I'll
All right,
You too.
lurk your guys' stream because I may not be around for it.
that's okay. We'll see you. We'll see you soon enough.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, bye guys. We'll see. Yeah, we'll be back on a little bit, but we'll hang out for the raid and then we're gonna pop off. So.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work again. So, as much as I would like to,
Okay,
yeah,
hopefully that helps.
yeah, we'll go ahead and poor man's raid this like we did last time because Twitch be twitching. So go ahead and copy either the first raid message if you're subbed or the second raid message if you're not subbed. Head on over to Snake Ripley's channel. We will be there, hanging out, going ahead and having some post D&D fun and everything. Usually, yeah, playing Dead by Daylight. So normal game for him. Go on over, show the love, and I'll see you all there.